I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. When at the end of the day, dude, if you really want to freaking start crushing in life, dude, you ever seen that commercial that said, never let them see you sweat?
Yeah.
Dude, you don't tell somebody you're nervous. Like if Grant Cardone's on here and you're really nervous, because again, Grant's your real hero. I'm just your secondary hero.
Bradley, this is episode 3 of the Make More Money podcast. Listen to the value this guy drops. This guy has built a software business called, let's see if I can get it right, Lightspeed VT. Bradley, I was so nervous interviewing him. He is definitely one of the guys I want to pick to go up on the journey with me. Apart from Grant Cardone, you're going to hear me and him talk a little bit about Grant and him, and really maybe you shouldn't just compare. There could be more people. He actually taught me a lot. You can see he stopped me right in my tracks. Me and Tim Story. Now I'm dropping names like Tim Story was about Robert Downey and Charlie Sheen. But you guys are going to love, just sit back, relax, listen to episode 3 of the Make More Money podcast with the real Brad Lee. And the Make More Money podcast always gives you a money action tip that is going to help you make money starting right now. And that is going to be the little thing called acorn. What's a squirrel get? A squirrel gets an acorn. Why don't you get an acorn? Be like a little squirrel. Go search for an acorn. Use the link in the description below. We're going to have a stock kid on coming out soon who's made a lot of money in trading, talking about my Tesla stock and a few other things. If you don't know anything about stocking or investing or anything, and I know everybody says, save to invest, but start $5. A free $5 gets your mind thinking, and then you know if that's the right game for you. Now, I'm not a stock guy. I'm more of a real estate guy, but some people are just stock people. Some people, and you'll know when you do it. And even though I'm a real estate guy, I got little stocks and I got little acorns. So go check out my acorns and go get some acorns with the link below. But then sit back and relax and listen to the Make More Money podcast, where you can buy your freedom.
All right, it's Chef Jay here to make your day. Welcome to the Make More Money podcast. I've never been more excited to introduce the top billing guest, and we're going to read it this way. He is the real Brad Lee, as in T, owner of the best training platform on planet Earth. He'll tell you a little bit about that. Future president of the United States, upcoming movie star, the talented, the cool, the billionaire, Brad Lee. Brad, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate you, man. I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, so so for the listeners who are just stumbling across, 60 to 90 seconds about what you are and what you do.
Well, I think you just said it all. That's my title, and I'm sticking to it. I'm a billionaire movie star. I don't know what you said, but right now I'm the CEO of a tech company called Lightspeed VT. It's a web-based interactive training and communication tool utilized to either train people better or transfer knowledge. Now, I also speak, I also write books. I also, kind of coach and teach and mentor people on occasion. But other than that, that's pretty much what I'm sticking to nowadays. I am an entrepreneur. I think up a lot of different companies, but I'm only focused on one, Lightspeed VT.
So right now we have a lot of entrepreneurs, young kids listen to this, and they have a hard time being focused, right? At what point, and we'll tell a little bit about your history and your story to get you to this point. Well, what point, how important is focus, and what point did you say, okay, I'm going to go on VT Lightspeed, and that was going to be your thing?
I think when I started the company in 2000 is when I said, I'm going to go all in. I don't think you should start if you don't plan on going all in.
Oh.
So what's that?
It's that if I had the bomb thing, that's dropping bombs right there, I don't think you should start if you don't go all in. By the way, if you guys are not following the real Brad Lee, you do some of the most creative, ingenious, I don't know why you're not even going more viral than you already are, because you drop so many bombs and punchlines, just like you did there, so people just follow. You're like, Grant's cool. You might just be one step up of Grant, man. Grant's going to be on here in March, so I'm going to tell Grant that.
I dare you.
I'm going to, man. Me.
I dare you to tell Grant the truth. And it's Grant, listen, the truth is you're a badass, but Brad's just a little bit more of one.
Yeah. All right. So 2000, you went all in on Lightspeed. Now, to build this software, let's go back though. Let's go back to when you were starting. I know people who know me and following my story. You know, my older brother had a big drug incident, right? You went through that salesman kind of, well, first for the people, just tell the story about the candy bars, your first sales. I want to hear that one quick.
Well, you're referring to when I was 6, maybe 7 years old. I was in school. They used to send the kids out to sell candy bars to make money for the school. So they obviously gave me a box of candy bars, as did every other kid in the class, in the school for that matter. But so we all came home with our candy bars, and I realized very quickly that they wanted me to go sell these candy bars. Well, number one, there was a competition. Number two, you know, the candy bars are amazing to me, but we're supposed to go home and sell them to our brothers and sisters and mom and dad and aunts and uncles, and then bring the money back to school the next day. And, you know, that's it. So I basically wanted to sell candy bars. I told my dad, he said, well, you know, go knock on some doors. So I just went and I started knocking on neighbors' doors and went down the whole entire row of houses and, you know, developed a pitch and outsold everybody on earth. And the pitch is what makes everybody laugh. I developed after a couple of doors was, hey, do you have the phone number to a good roof repairman? And they say, why? And I say, because when you taste one of these, you're going to go through the roof. And because a little 6, 7-year-old kid is saying this, they start laughing and they started buying box at a time. You know, give me the whole box. How many are left in the box? Because again, most people were selling one at a time. You know, give me a couple. You know, I'll take 3 or 5 or whatever. I was selling boxes at a time. So I'd go back to school and they're like, where's your candy bars? I'm like, I sold them. They're like, you sold them? Because nobody was selling them all. So eventually at the end of the contest, they had a bunch of candy bars left over. School said, give them to Brad, see if he can sell them. So basically they gave me all the candy bars that all the other kids brought back that couldn't sell. And I literally went out and sold every single one of them. So every single candy bar that school got was sold. And that's probably never happened in the history of the schools. So at the end of the day, man, I just developed a pitch and rocked it at 6 years old.
So, and which is crazy. Any entrepreneur, you know, when they're young, you know, they had these little things that they did. What was, so is it true that you got laughed off the swim team because you were so good? Is that really a true story? Like,
did you say laughed off?
Or not laughed off. They wouldn't let you swim because you were too much of an athlete.
No, that's not what happened. What happened was my dad wanted to put me in some sort of sport, and so I like to swim, so they put me in swimming. So the first league you go in are called the Guppies, so they put me in the Guppies. And then the first swim meet that we had ever went to, my dad came to. It's the only event he ever went to, by the way. But he came to the swimming meet, and you know, I was just on the Guppy swim team. So the meet came and I dove in and swam and came back and they said I was disqualified. And I clearly won the race. Mm-hmm. And so they were all talking and basically they said, oh, this kid's disqualified. So my dad gets pissed, coach, everybody's like, what are you talking about? So evidently they disqualified me because I was too fast for that league, meaning this kid's not supposed to be in this league. He's supposed to be up with the better swimmers. Well, I'd never swam before. That's the league that you start in. And because apparently I swam too fast, they disqualified me.
Wow, dude, that's insane. That's crazy. Cause I was just showing an interview between you and Ed to one of my window technician guys. He's like, BS on that. That guy didn't do any of that. I was like, well, I'll ask him for it, you know? So
bullshit. Hey, it's total bullshit. That guy, I guarantee you, I swear on my children and everything I love, that happened. And not only that, what's the lesson that you get from it is the question. Yeah. How can you be told all you have to do is kick ass and compete and do this and do that? And ultimately, that's exactly what I did, and actually lose because you were so good. And again, I mean, dude, I wasn't some freaking prodigy kid. I just was a really good swimmer naturally, and I kicked everybody's ass so badly. Their only answer was to disqualify me. Otherwise, I would have won probably every single competition there.
Yeah. So,
but at the end of the day, when they disqualified me, said he shouldn't be in this league, it's based on some sort of rules where, like, I'm too fast. I was too fast. I'm not supposed to be this fast. What's the lesson?
the lesson that I wanted to draw out of that story is I think you were above your time way back then, and you're still crushing it now, man. You know?
Well, look, that's like flattering to the ego and whatnot, but no, dude, to me, the lesson is this, okay? Don't worry about competition. Don't worry about any of that crap. Disqualified. Who gives a shit? I went in there and I freaking beat everybody.
Wow.
Okay. Now, at the end of the day, whether I won legally or got disqualified, whatever the rules are, you don't need to play by the rules. That's what you learn out of that lesson. You don't need to play by the rules to win, man. I won that day. Even if I was disqualified, screw the rules, dude. Quit listening to what everybody believes. Quit listening to what everybody thinks. They used to think you couldn't run a 4-minute mile until the person ran a 4-minute mile. And then many people ran a 4-minute mile. Why? Because someone showed that it was possible. So at the end of the day, man, when you have these things happen, instead of sitting there going, oh, bullshit, this guy did, that's bullshit. What the fuck do I have to lie about winning a SWAT or getting disqualified at a swim meet? Like, ask your buddy who thinks I'm full of shit. Like, what would he have to gain by telling that story?
So he's gonna watch this, and I'm gonna call him out, Mike Fucini, man. We're gonna change his life. Think outside the box. Because I've always thought that entrepreneurs, we think out the box. We think a little bit differently than everything. We break the rules and make it happen. And is it your first? Go ahead. Yeah.
You want to know how outside the box I think?
Yeah, go ahead. How?
I don't even realize there's a box.
See, that's how you set up the punchlines. This is Bradley. I can't wait to put all the audiograms and put these on and just blast them, man. Because it's true.
Well, again, I don't know that there's a box, brother. Like everyone keeps saying, think outside the box. Someone show me the box. Like, where's the box? What box? What box are you even talking about? Like, what are you talking? You know, when you start here at Lightspeed, my company, I give you an employee manual. It's just called the manual. The opening sentences. Well, the first word out of the manual, I think, is sup. But the rest of the thing, I wrote every word of it, which is pretty crazy because a lawyer read it one time and he said he'd like to do a study on it because it literally was fun to read. It's funny as hell. And it's completely compliant, meaning I touched and said everything I needed to say legally, but the way I said it, he's never seen anything like it. So he asked to do a study in this college class. So this college was doing studies on my manual, but it's pretty funny. Bottom line is it opens up with, we fly in the face of conventional wisdom. You know why? Because, dude, conventional wisdom's bullshit in a lot of cases. And a lot of people are staking their whole belief system on conventional wisdom, which is in a lot of cases wrong.
Yep.
You know, like, you know, it teaches us to be limited. It teaches us to be employees. It teaches us to be contained when in reality, dude, there are no limits. The only limitations you have for yourself are the ones that you set for yourself.
Yeah, dude, it's so true. And I always say you don't give up in America because if you're here with all the opportunity we have, you can do kind of whatever you want, which is what I'm doing right now, you know?
Yeah, but it's not just an American thing, dude. You don't give up anywhere.
My man, see, that's always how I follow it. I just said it because I traveled for YouTube and I saw how much opportunity they didn't have. We have it. How dare you don't even try to be better, you know?
See what you just said? You said they didn't have. See, dude, this is all what I'm talking about when I get down to business with people. Listen, it boils down to perspective, bro.
Yeah.
You're so accustomed to opportunity and food and money. You look at someone less fortunate and say, oh, they don't have all these opportunities. Go look at that person and then go down another notch. And then that person that doesn't have any opportunities based on your opinion, dude, I guarantee you that person has as many or more opportunities than you do. You just can't recognize them because you see more, holy shit, look at all this. So again, perspective. Give you an example. There's a saying, I forget who said it, but I used to be mad that I had no shoes until I met a man with no feet.
Oh, yeah. You say that word. Yep.
That's the same concept. It's like, dude, you think that person doesn't have any opportunities? That person has opportunities. Then you go down a notch and that person would be like, oh man, I'm thankful. I started talking to these people down here and man, they've got no hope.
So wow. Yeah. And I knew this was going to go like this because I knew you were going to drop some bombs like you do, which anybody not checking out, the one thing he is a host of a amazing podcast called Dropping Bombs. It's just him just sitting down with people who have more knowledge and just them doing it together. So how did you start VT Lightspeed? Like, where is this? You went from salesman, from selling cars. Did you bank up all that money and then go into what? Where did this all come from? Like, how did that go?
Well, no, I didn't bank up any money, first of all. Second of all, it's Lightspeed VT, just in case people are searching for it.
All right.
VT Lightspeed, the reason you say that is because when you log into them, for some reason, it says VT Lightspeed. I gotta figure out why the programmers did that. But at the end of the day, it's Lightspeed VT. If you guys are looking for it, Lightspeed virtual training. But no, I didn't bank up any money. I was running a car dealership, and a buddy of mine, that from work was a lot porter. Worked very hard, difficult job, made very little money, minimum wage, I think. Had a great wife, cool kids, like just, good, hardworking individual. And I knew that I could turn that person into a top-notch salesperson. So I basically one day said, let me help you make more money. So I showed him how to sell cars. Within 3 or 4 months, dude was making 15 grand a month. He was going in behind other closers. And I had done this repeatedly. Like, I could hire a person out of Burger King, put him on my car lot. Next thing you know, that dude's making 6-10 grand a month from a Burger King job. So I was training people, and I got really good at training people, and I got really good at producing high value people for an organization. Well, it wasn't until I did it for my buddy and watched his life transform that I realized I've got the ability to help people change their whole life. And so I just got excited one day and said, I'm gonna start a training company. So I had to quit my job, obviously. And when I quit my job, I took my last check, I paid all my bills, and I had $35 left after paying all my bills. And I had quite a few bills, but I had about $35 left. I didn't have any savings. So I thought in my mind, I'll just go live on the revenue that I sell because, man, everyone's going to buy this. So when I went out there, I quit without really thinking about it, and then just jumped and ultimately found out, oh shit, no, this isn't as easy to sell as I thought. And so now, I had to hide my car 4 blocks away so the repo guy couldn't, come by the house and snatch it. And I basically started, maneuvering, eating top ramen, living with not much furniture and struggling, as you would call it. I don't call it struggling, man. I was working for myself. I was eager to help freaking train people how to make money. And all I had to do was convince somebody that I could do it. So long story short, I started convincing people. And next thing you know, here we are doing, 8 figures, close to 9, hopefully soon. And, now everyone thinks, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? How did you have the nerve to quit your job? I just quit. It ain't that hard.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I believed in my head that in 90 days, I was going to be a multi-millionaire selling this.
So how long did it take after the 90 days? You believe that?
Probably 12 years.
Yeah. Well, hey, but you're still good looking enough to do some movies though. Cause that was your goal, right? To do some movies.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that long time ago, I was trying to be a movie star. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a movie star. I always told everybody I was going to be a movie star. I had a starring role in a movie, got cut because of the producer's son getting out of a drug rehab. And as a reward, they gave him my part, which the writers basically wrote me a special part. Then the movie basically business, I didn't really know at the time, but that movie really never came out and went big anyway. But when you're doing it, you think, oh, this is all I need. So looking back, I would have needed to do a lot more work. But, I had commercials, Levi commercial, Knots Landing, Dynasty, little parts here and there. Then I got a starring role in a movie and then got cut. And then I found out why I got cut, which is basically what they call nepotism, which is, the producer's son wanted the part. So they cut me and gave it to him. Well, once I realized that's the case, I'm like, so the person with the money is the one deciding who's who and what's what. And they're like, yeah, basically. And I'm like, all right, I'll go be a millionaire. I'll be right back. And so I thought, I'll just go become a millionaire real quick and come back and be the one making the movie. So,
yeah. So go ahead.
Well, that just, took 20 some years. So now that I am capable of making movies and funding movies and doing all the shit that I always used to dream of, Well, now I'm an actual entrepreneur businessman. Like I'm doing things, like making movies isn't my big passion anymore. However, it's because I'm busy and I'm doing things and I'm not done. But here in another 3 to 5 years, I imagine I will be done. I will have accomplished everything I set out to accomplish. I'll be filthy rotten rich, which I own that website, by the way, filthyrottenrich.com. But anyway, yeah, if you go type in successful motherfucker, you'll see a picture of me.
Oh, good. We're not going to get any ad revenue on this one with all the swear words. So bleep it out.
Oh yeah, don't do ad revenue, or I better just quit cussing because revenue is more important. So just bleep that out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it before, but I love the real Brad Lee. That's what I like, you know. So just be real, man, which is what you are, you know.
You can bleep that out. But at the end of the day, man, I like URLs, and I think in the future URLs are going to be basically how you find people. You know, Bradley.com, JeffCunningham.com, whatever URLs, and then other ones point to you. So like, you know, I want to make money, boom, and all of a sudden they see your coaching site, you know, so it's phrases that you should be buying. But anyway.
Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of, it's Jeff J. Cunningham because my older brother's name was Jay, so I own that. And I always thought I wanted to run for president, and I want to touch this in for you in a little bit, but we're jumping. We're so entrepreneurs going all over the place. I kind of want to go, I had a progression, and you're just doing too much value here.
Well, the movie star thing again, I mean, like I'm gonna eventually go make a movie, put myself in it, hire the right directors and actors and people, probably spend, you know, 10, 20 million maybe, and make sure it comes out. And then I think the public's gonna decide whether or not the rest of my career is as an actor, like an actual, you know, actor, or hey, you know, it's a rich dude that has a great souvenir to show his family, and I'll give up. Because if nobody wants to give me a part or send me scripts or hire me to be in their movie after mine comes out, well, then I guess I gave that a try, and I'm done. Because I don't care. I'm going to do one movie, and if it comes out and everybody loves it, well, then I'm an actor.
Dude, I care more. Dude, I hope my goal is 77 million in 4 years, right? Sounds crazy. It was mine and my older brother's goal, but you got to think big. I'm big with Grant, so we're working in this. I believe I can do it. Doesn't matter what anybody else believes. So,
hey, you want another saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is mine too. Yeah. I have a bunch of originals I like to drop.
I put one on my Instagram. Let's see if it's the same one.
Well, it doesn't matter who says you can, as long as you're not one of them.
I put it on, Bradley. I gave you a quote for it. And I don't know if I put your picture. I forget what I put. It's on my Instagram if people go down. Jeff the Entrepreneur on Instagram for me. The real Bradley. Lee as in T. And, dude, I love when you DM me because I know it's you. You go, it's Lee, like as in T. Because how annoying is that got to be, right? You get people spelling it wrong the whole way.
Well, no, it's not necessarily spelling it wrong. They're saying it wrong, okay? People know it's L-E-A, but they say, isn't that Leah? And I say, I don't know. Do you drink Tia?
So, dude, you're awesome. So, all right. So, actor or president? If you had to do one of them, what would you rather have?
Both.
Yeah, and why not? Right? Ronald Reagan did it. So, here's the question that I want to ask. But because you have Lightspeed VT, all right, which I've delved in, and as soon as I extract my knowledge, you're gonna make some money off me, man. I'm gonna fund it back into your movie. All right. So that's really, dude, there's certain people, it's your life. You get to pick who you want up on the journey. I pick you, man. I want to see you blow up. That's why I wanted you on here. You know, I like everything about you. I like how you're real. I like that you give so much knowledge back to people, and you jukebox it to many different people and help them out. So if anybody's not checking out Lightspeed VT and you have something to offer, check it out. It's literally the best training platform. But this is my vision for it. I used to teach in middle school. I know you used to go to school. We know everything wrong with school. I believe we can use your platform massively and require it in school to cater to the kids, to actually teach it. Can you go a little bit about your platform and one of the changes you think we should do in the education system?
Well, the reason I think the education system needs a little bit of fine tuning is because, number one, it's an old ass curriculum. Okay. It was designed to create workers, not innovators, and not contributors. So at the end of the day, to me, the problem with school is they bring your child to school and they say the same thing, no matter what the kid is, no matter what the kid thinks, no matter what the kid likes. This is the curriculum you're all going to learn. I think instead of forcing the child to adapt to the content, I think the content should adapt to the child. So they got it backwards. So the interactive technology that we've created that helps people learn and train better, ultimately would adapt to the kid. So, because again, some kids are better at math than others. Well, why are you forcing math down a kid's throat? At a certain level, man, maybe that kid's an unbelievable artist. Well, why not nurture that? We need more artists, right? Maybe that kid's leans towards music, right? But their math sucks. Okay, well, start developing them in music. Who cares if they can't do trigonometry? Yeah. I haven't used trigonometry, dude, but they made me learn it. I haven't used really algebra, but they made me learn it. And quite frankly, if you ask an adult an algebraic equation, most of them do not remember shit. So basically, you went through all that algebra for nothing. Now, well, I turned into a that uses algebra. Well, good for you. Again, I mean, I'm glad you knew it, but you studied more for it. So the content adapts to the kid, number one. Number two, schools are designed to where it seems the teacher is the customer, not the child, right? The teacher seems to be the customer. Why do children have to get there at 7 a.m.? Like, dude, why would you want to wake up your kid all groggy, get them to school at 7 a.m. so they can learn? Okay. They can't have gum. Some people learn better chewing. They don't have recliners. They don't have comforts. Their customer is not our children, folks. Their customer are themselves. Their teachers are the customer. We don't send people to school so the teachers can have it easy. We send people to school so the customer should be the child, right?
Right.
And then another thing, teachers, they don't get paid enough.
Yep.
Okay, teachers, real good teachers I'm talking about, because not all teachers are good, but great teachers and good teachers should make $250,000 a year at least.
100%, because it's one of most things. And it's funny because the teachers who don't get paid enough, like me, they leave to go be entrepreneurs with all their skills later,
Well, that's because the teachers aren't paid very well. They're not paid in relation to their value and their contribution. I mean, if you can make my child turn into a successful genius and you're doing it for me, because again, I love it when my kids come home and learn things. I'm like, you take for granted that your kid knows his ABCs. Your kid knows how to count to 100. Your kid knows how to multiply. Your kid knows how to interact with other kids. That's a school that's doing that for you. Okay, you the parent are not necessarily the one that develops that child. So if some teacher is that good, well, I'm willing to pay more for that teacher. Now, that's a whole nother matter, though, getting teachers paid more. I think they deserve more. But from a school perspective, I think this is the other thing they've got it wrong. We send the kid to school where the teacher teaches, and then the kid comes home with homework and questions. Yeah. Well, homework and questions is when the teacher's needed. Okay, a lecture I could deliver at home with your parents supervising and making sure you did it. So instead of making the teacher, the parent, and the discipline and the person that checks everything, like, dude, let the teacher teach. So imagine if we used Lightspeed, for example, my kid logs in on the laptop, you pop up and teach whatever the hell you were going to teach in the classroom, talk, lecture, do whatever you're going to do. Then print out the homework and send the kid to school with it. So now the teacher isn't teaching at school, they're helping at school. They're answering questions at school. They're completing homework and exercises at school, because that's what the teacher should be doing. But the school right now is used for the lecturing and the teaching, and the home is used for the homework and the questions. I think they got that backwards. I think they should lecture at home, make the parents be the disciplinarian, because I can make my kid watch you.
Yep.
But dude, you send some kid home with trigonometry homework, the parent is no help whatsoever, and the teacher's not even there, and the kid's sitting here wondering, how do I figure out this formula? And then the next day, what happens? They get a bad grade. Yep. Well, what is this, a punishment, or are we trying to develop children? Like, is this a punishment? You sent me home to see if I can remember what you said, you prick? Why not give me what I said virtually so I can go through with repetition? Some people learn quicker than others. Maybe I didn't hear it enough. Who are you catering to? The room of children. No. They're not all the same. One kid can learn after one exposure to the formula. Another kid might need 10 exposures to the formula. You think all kids have the same intelligence level? You think all the kids have the same background, the same nurturing, the same talents? You're wrong. They do not. They're all different. So therefore, don't force the kid to adapt to the school. Let the school adapt to the kid. If I need to hear it 14 times, the teacher should spend 14 times with me. But guess what? In real life, we can't do that. Why? Because there's a classroom of people and I've got to get through a curriculum this semester. And not only that, the government's not going to pay me for this kid's being here unless I do this. And it's a business to where they're not even doing it right. Anyway, it needs to change. I think our technology can help fix it. I don't think it would fix everything. I think it will go a long way in helping fix the education system.
So it does. There's a kid, Caleb Maddox, who's passionate about it. He has Apex for Kids. He's made a lot of money, and that's his one passion. I'm partnering with him soon. And then Simon of NetCon, who I think you know, that's one of his passions. What I've pitched to do is use influencers. You know who Mr. Beast is?
No.
So, but all the kids do. The guy has 28 million YouTube subscribers. He gives away $1 million. He's all in on YouTube. That's his one thing. He's the highest growing YouTuber right now, okay?
Wow.
He's Mr. Beast, and he has a great story. He's going to be on this channel one day. Very similar to you. He just didn't give up and kept doing it, all right? Check him out. His videos are virally addicting, okay? But have this guy that any kid, go ask your kids today, do you know who Mr. Beast is? They're going to say yes. I want to have Mr. Beast. I want to have all these big, maybe Logan Paul, and maybe Grant Cardone in sales, or you guys can duke it out for that, but sell these different courses of influencers. Because this way, yeah, I'm Jeff J. Cunningham. I'm okay. But you put an influencer that these kids are watching growing up, teaching them in school, guess what? They're paying attention. And these guys want to give back. And so that's my whole vision for the education system. We're going to pitch it to private schools first. I'm going to get on your training thing. We're going to have success in the private schools. And then the government's going to be bent to conform to these private schools out doing it. That's the way to do it. I've studied a lot about it. I went to Carousel and I studied their education system. So your software can help. So I look forward to using it when we go to the next thing. So let me talk about this though. And I kind of got off. I know I get on it. That's my passion. You can tell my passion, right?
Well, here, let me add to your passion. So what you just said is you can have Mr. Beast, you can have Logan Paul, you can have GC for sales, or you guys can duke it out. See, that's where your limited thinking is gonna limit your ability to crush that. Why? Why does it have to be me or Grant? Why can't it be both?
You're right.
Why can't somebody choose? Okay, because eventually, dude, Grant's going to offend some people, and I'm going to offend some people. There's going to be people that love Grant. There's going to be people that love me. To limit it to, hey, it's Grant or it's Brad, that's the limitation, bro.
Yeah, wow. Dude, I'll send me a bill for the coaching session. By the way, change this in Vegas. I was trying to send you a bottle of the Camus Special Select wine. In Vegas, I'll still get it to you for your time today. Vegas doesn't allow me send it in there. I couldn't.
Maria,
through the mail.
How do I get wine sent to Nevada? We have my assistant will reach out and she'll help you get it to me.
Because we will get you that. All right. So,
dude, I love that wine, dude. I'll never turn down a bottle of Camus. Shit, I'll drive out and get it damn near.
So what I was looking to do actually was I was looking to put your face on it and send you a bottle. But they wouldn't do the thing. I was about to spend $300. People are like, you're crazy, Jeff. You're all burning money in the software. Why? I said, because Bradley and the connection with this guy, because we're going to do big things together. Like, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to be there. I want him to remember me. You know what I mean? I don't want him to be just another podcast guy,
Yeah, well, again, more people need to think like that, bro, because it's all about relationships. I do pretty good business with a buddy of mine. Guess what? He's my buddy because one day he came to a car dealership that I was running. Yep. And when I stopped and I started Lightspeed, he made me a custom Lightspeed jacket.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
He didn't want anything, but he made me. And by the way, dude, that's like a $900 jacket.
Yeah.
But he had a Lightspeed jacket, leather jacket, made for me by a guy by the name of Jeff Hamilton, who made the Chicago Bulls jackets and the President's jackets, and like this is a high-end designer, high-end jacket made custom for me. Brought it in, said, "Dude, freaking good luck." Dude, I would say he's one of my best friends. Well, I would definitely say he's one of my best friends, if not the best. And it all started with a gift. It all started with a relationship building gesture, which is the bottle of wine, which is the gift. So when all these people say, Jeff, you're stupid for spending $300, I'll bet you $50 you're not. Now, you might be, because you're sending those type of things to the wrong people. Because if you send a $300 bottle to, let's say, Brad Pitt, it's probably not going to ingratiate you very much to Brad Pitt. Right? You see what I'm saying? But again, because there's always an exception to every rule, I don't think it's a mistake. I think you should do more of that stuff. And anybody listening, maybe you don't have $300 but a $3 gesture makes the same impact in a lot of cases.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you don't have to go out there for anybody. So anybody else, so we have 15 minutes left here, and I want to get through these questions here that I have at the end that I ask everybody. So when we were young, did you know that you would be doing, what do you do? Are you sending Maria the message for the bottle of wine right now? You're like, I got to get on that. It's what time in the morning is it over there? It's like 10 a.m. or 11 over there?
10:04, my brother.
So, dude, I've actually cut out drinking and girls because it's the biggest thing that's led me to drown my money. I learned that was my kryptonite, not all the time, but I do love a good bottle of wine every once. I love wine,
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but everything done in moderation. But when you were young, did you think you would be in the middle of doing all this?
No, didn't have any clue I would be doing all this. I thought I'd be a movie star. I knew I'd be a millionaire, but I didn't know I'd be doing this. Like, hell no. A software CEO, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was a high school dropout. I dropped out at 16 years old. If anything, I thought I'd be a, multimillionaire movie star.
So since I'm in the process of late at night building the best software that's going to save entrepreneurs time and money, what's your best advice, money tip for me? I'm right now, I have a 4-unit I own. I'm burning through my money, helping. So while we're working here, people are solving stuff that I can't. I focus on my strengths, which is sales, and hire out my weaknesses. That's kind of what's been to my limited success. What's a good money tip for a young kid trying to build a software like that?
Well, you just mentioned it, man. Like, live frugal.
Yep.
Okay. Quit trying to impress everybody. Quit trying to make everybody think you're rich before you actually are. I did that. It's not the smart way to go. Yeah. I used to spend so much money trying to impress people. If I had it all back, it'd be impressive.
Ooh.
So at the end of the day, nobody's impressed. Nobody remembers that $10,000 bottle night, where I got the table and the bottle and the party and the car and the limo. Nobody remembers all that shit, man. So be smart and use your money wisely, man. And by the way, here's another tip most people won't give. Money's worthless unless you use it. So don't save up a bunch of money and just sit there and feel comfortable and good because you got a bunch of money saved up in case anything happens. Dude, money is a tool. Use the tool. Okay, money comes in, get rid of it. Now get rid of it into an investment so it produces more, or get rid of it in advertisement so it produces more, or get rid of it in philanthropic things, helping other people, and it will produce more. Don't just sit there and save it and worry about how big your nest egg can be. Now, there are times to save. When you're saving to do one of those things, invest, donate, help, or develop yourself. So again, money's to be used, kids. Money is to be used.
That's why I just booked a ticket to Chattanooga to see this guy, Tim Story. He's going to be on here too. He seems like a pretty cool dude.
Tim Story is a great dude.
Yeah, first time I'll be meeting him. So I know. So that's why I just want to be around.
Tell him I say hello.
I will, man. I'll show him. I'll give him one of the, I'll be like, you got to check out this. All right. So
Dude, he's already a customer.
Oh, is he really? Man, that's awesome. By the way, anybody, and I'm going to do the next course. I'm getting through Cardone U now. The one I want to do, and you have it on Lightspeed VT. You have the Think and Grow Rich. It's like $30 for a course, and you develop that to help other people, right?
Well, Think and Grow Rich, I developed it with the Napoleon Hill Foundation and Jeffrey Gitomer, basically to help people start to learn the principles of Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill's work. I think if anyone wants to get the book, they should get the book and, master those principles. But yeah, I made the virtual training version of it with those people because, we wanted to transfer knowledge. I mean, my whole mission is to get the knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it.
Yeah. Which is, I think, why you're so successful, because that is so your mission, and you just do it on the best platform with the right reason, and that's why the money's come. I think, right? Wouldn't you think that's a big part of your success?
One of them. But again, dude, my ability to sell, close, and persuade is what it ultimately boils down to.
Yeah, there's one video. If nobody watches it, he closes a girl over the phone. Anybody had been in sales. She was going on and on and on. She wasn't the decision maker. You take it away. You remember that one, that video?
Yes, I do.
That was one that I was like, why am I watching this? I didn't even skip it. It was so entertaining. So, all right, best relationship advice. So I'm in a business partnership. I get too jealous. I date a lot of Spanish girls, so I like challenges, and I don't like the way they're dressed, and I get jealous. That's not good. What's the best relationship advice you could give a young entrepreneur like me?
What kind of relationship?
Well, let's do, are you married?
Yeah.
How long you been married?
Including today?
That's what I mean. This guy, man. Yeah, including today.
Well, what does it matter how long I've been married? I'm married. The question is what relationship, like a romantic one, how to pick up chicks, how to treat your spouse, how to get a spouse?
Married. Everybody says I'm a Gemini, and they put a sign on me that I'm never going to get married, which I think is a bunch of hogwash. So I want to get the best. When I close a window sale in the house, I ask the husband and wife, and I'm writing down a book of the best 50 marriage tips. And the ones I think are the best 50, I'm going to put it online. I'm going to sell it, of the best 50 marriage tips. So what's a good marriage tip for my book?
Be inclusive.
Be inclusive.
Yeah, like include your spouse in your life, in your dreams, in your conversations. You know, obviously, transparency, honesty, communication. That's what makes a relationship work overall. You know, lies, deceit, and all of the nonsense, will eventually ruin any relationship. Always remain appreciative, because again, sometimes we tend to take our significant others for granted, all kind of ways. So, I mean, I could go on and on about relationships, but at the end of the day, I mean, if I were going to tell someone young, I'd say, don't get married.
That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, don't get married, dude. That's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is figure out who you are and build yourself a freaking really, really solid life and foundation to where you have something to offer, not only emotionally, but fucking financially. Because your list of options increase dramatically when you got a bunch of dough.
Which is what's happening to me by just studying you. So you've helped me make more money. That's why I can buy you a $300 bottle of wine and say thank you for what you've brought to me and for your valuable time today to me and the audience that we have. And this is going out to 1 million. We're promoting. We're putting a lot of money to promote this, so to target, so people can hear this and be like, man, this guy's what's up.
Well, I just like to tell the truth, Jeff. I mean, at the end of the day, most people wouldn't tell you that. Most people wouldn't say don't get married. They want to give you some hypothetical cliche answer like, yeah, blah, 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 because they want to be politically correct. Listen, guys, I don't have any interest in being politically correct. I don't have any interest in offending people either. But at the end of the day, I have an interest in getting a result. So if you want the best advice I can give you as a young entrepreneur, don't get married.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best advice. Now, if you're going to be married because you love somebody and you found somebody and yada, 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 good for you. Then the rest of the advice I gave is, if you've made that choice, then you better be honest. You better be transparent. You better be respectful. You better be inclusive. Okay. You better be appreciative. Don't take things for granted. Honor and respect the relationship. Know that it takes work, and you'll be fine, or hopefully. But at the end of the day, my advice would be, don't get in a relationship with anyone until you've mastered the relationship with yourself.
And that's what I'm doing right now, man. I'm a student. I'm studying. I'm learning from JC Tenati. He's my mentor that I work for. I'm learning from you. Hey, how did you find Grant? Where did you come across? I told you my story. How did you come across him?
Well, I was out selling my training to car dealerships, and I kept hearing companies say, well, we use Grant Cardone. And I'm like, well, I'm better than he is. My training's, proven in all these dealerships that I've got it sold in, and you should really consider mine. And I was trying to compete with them. And I realized one day that if I had the trouble training live, I know he did too. And I know he didn't have my technology. So I thought to myself, well, shit, if all these dealerships won't buy my training, but they will buy his if it were on my system, let me go get Grant on my system, and then we'll go back and sell them Grant through my system. As long as I got a sale, I didn't really care if they listened to me or Grant, as long as they listened to somebody. So at the end of the day, instead of competing, I decided to collaborate with my competitors. So I went and got Grant and all my other competitors to use my platform. And then I just took a little piece. I called it a sliver to deliver, a little fraction of the action, a piece for my niece, a tad because I'm Brad.
Yeah, dude, Brad, you are awesome. So
a slice because I'm nice.
You are nice. So for anybody else, and most people listening to Make More Money podcast, right? And I know you're just going to answer this. This is a question I used to ask. I got away from it. How important is money? I know this, you know this, but for the listener who thinks money's not important, what would you have to say to them?
I would agree if you're a freaking hobbit living in the Shire. Okay, then you don't really need any money. But, other than that, like, dude, wake up, quit being a dipshit. Okay, money matters. Money is important. Money allows you to save lives. Money allows you freedom and options. And people say that money is not important are people that were lied to. Okay, money is very important. That's why people kill for it. That's why we go to war for it. All this philosophical bullshit that money's not important is just somebody's way of basically saying, I don't know how to make any, so quit worrying about how important it is. Go worry about love and being happy. Well, guess what, folks? Money makes you happy. Oh, no, it won't. Yes, it will. Well, if someone has cancer and they're rich, it's not going to make them happy. Well, it's not going to make the situation worse, you dumbass. At the end of the day, money doesn't make situations worse, right?
Yeah. Dude,
hey, my brother, like your brother, dude, that's sad. What happened to your brother? But dude, being a billionaire wouldn't have hurt it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, being a billionaire might have prevented it.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Okay, so at the end of the day, dude, money is not like the most glorious thing you should focus on. Technically, I agree with you should focus on being happy, but being happy requires money. Do you know why? Because we're human beings and we have potential and we want to reach our potential. And deep down, that's how we become happy, is by reaching our full potential. And you need money to reach your full potential. Why? Because to reach my full potential, I need basically coaches, mentors. I need access. I need health clubs. I need gym memberships. I need to go to see artwork. I need travel. I need culture. I need knowledge. I need exposure. I need experiences, right?
Yeah.
I need access to things to really reach my full potential. I need access to things. Yes or no?
Yes, dude. We're on an economic planet, right?
Okay, well, guess what? Those things take money. Not to mention philanthropic things. I want to help people, not with some stupid ass advice either. I want to help people financially sometimes. Like someone comes to me, hey, I'm in this situation. Da, da, da. Well, let me tell you something, son. I'm not going to give you any money to bail you out of it, but I will give you some good advice. Well, guess what? The dude still got kicked out of his house. They still didn't have money for the surgery to save their child, whatever the case may be. How about sometimes hand somebody a check and some advice, right? Like, my goal for being a billionaire, you don't have to be rich to be generous, right? I've been generous with no money. So at the end of the day, don't wait to be a billionaire to give and be generous. But at the end of the day, I go after money like a son of a bitch so I can give a lot of it away. I like doing it. So at the end of the day, man, why is money bad? Well, money's not bad. The person is bad. Money magnifies the person. So when people tell you like rich people, they're all bad people, that's just stupid, man. Money's not important. Yes, it is stupid. It's very important. It's like oxygen, money. You see what I'm saying? That's like saying love isn't important. Dude, as human beings, we want love. We will die in a lot of cases with no human contact. Do you know that?
Yeah. No, I believe it, dude. That's why I'm out in the marketplace. I just met the owner of Wendy's here. He was here, and he might be on the Make More Money podcast. You go in the network because of connections, Well,
not only that, dude. That's called opportunity and take advantage of meeting more people. You want to make more money? Yeah. Shake more hands. More hands you shake, more money you make. That's a fact.
Oh, man.
Okay, but at the end of the day, that's what that is. I'm talking about human connection, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, we will get highly depressed and go crazy if we have zero human connection. What's that tell you? Okay, we're emotional freaking creatures. And guess what, dude? If you really, 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 really want to freaking, help the world, help yourself. Okay, think about it. You want to help the world? Help yourself. You want to make the world a better place? Help yourself. Okay, if everyone helped themselves, the world would instantly be a better place. Why? Because right now, I'm worried about the kids that can't eat. I'm worried about the parents that don't know how to parent. I'm worried about the teenager that doesn't know how to not get pregnant. I'm worried about the teenage boys that don't know not to be a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And mistreat the young ladies. I'm worried about getting the knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it so we can live in a world more successful, because people are going out of business because they don't know how to close deals. They don't know how to negotiate. They don't know how to find financing. They don't know how to create the resources necessary to thrive and win. They're not going out of business because they want to. They're going out of business because they don't know how not to. Yeah. Same thing. Why are people dropping out of school? Why are people, ending marriages? Well, she cheated on me. He cheated on me. That's why it ended. No, he cheated on you because he lacked the knowledge. He lacked the knowledge and understanding that you probably shouldn't be a cheater. Maybe you guys wouldn't be married, but at the end of the day, man, I believe the right knowledge, everyone's successful. And all I'm doing is I'm looking for people with it or people that need it. And what's funny is everyone needs it and everyone has it. So technically everyone needs Lightspeed, bro.
Dude, 100%, man. And I'll eventually become an affiliate, and just because I believe so much in it. And I have to go through the course once I get this window sales on the up thing. All right. When are you running for president after all that?
I don't know. One of these days, I really do think I could fix things, but I also honestly think I would be assassinated because people don't want it fixed. There's big business in play. I mean, trillions and billions and big business that I don't think the president can fix, even if they actually wanted to. I think they'd go in and stir shit up and end up getting whacked.
Yeah, no, I totally with you. But hey, if you don't do it, I'll do it. All right, we'll get there together.
Well, again, I mean, one day I might run for president, but only so I can go in the history books as a presidential candidate. If I actually win, well, then I'm going to do my best. But if I succeed, I fear for my life.
I usually don't talk about this because we did. Do you think Trump thought he was going to win?
I don't think at first. I think he did it for the same reason I would do it.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Personally, that's what I think.
Well, not only that, but Trump's a businessman. He knows that the worst case that happens is he ends up more famous, more connected than ever in the history of his life. Yeah. I think he ran for president for the same purposes. But at the end of the day, when he won, I think he's in there personally doing a pretty good job. Like everything I heard him claim, I've seen happen. The economy's the best, the Wall Street's the best, the freaking unemployment's the best, the taxes came down. Like the business, the United States right now is thriving. At least from what I see. Now, when I watch the news, I don't know if he's screwing it up or getting us in a war or if he's a piece of shit or he's the greatest, because you see both sides and it's all fake news. You never know what to believe. So right now, dude, all I can see is what's going on with the company. The economy's great. People have money. Everything's going up. Things are exploding. There's no limitations. Stop believing in scarcity and let's rock the planet. Huh, Jeff J? Come on, man.
Jeff J here to make your day. Hey, where can we find more of you, Bradley?
Dude, you just Google me. Bradley, Lea. You'll see. Instagram's where I hang out the most, though, dude. Hitting in the DMs and shit. Bradley.com. Bradley.com. That's kind of the hub. Anything I'm doing is posted there. Hit me up.
What's one thing you're looking forward to?
Man, I'm looking forward to tonight's hockey game between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That's right. You do that, man. I always see you out there. You're going to be on Instagram snapping some of that?
You know who sits behind me?
Who?
Everybody.
My man.
Glass, brother. Glass.
That's insane. See, I used to love sports. We'll talk later. But anyway, I'm going to give out $100 now. I'm going to make the world a better place. I had a contest for the first episode I did with Brian Breach. Didn't you have Brian Breach on your show?
I think so, yeah. I like Brian. Brian's cool.
He's awesome, dude. Me and him are still doing something. He's doing America's Got Viral show that we're trying to get Grant on. I'm working with Grant's guys. So anyway, we're going to give it $100.
You want me to call Grant? You want me to FaceTime him? You let me know, dog. Let me know.
All right, dude, we'll do that because, yeah, he's when we're in the area, he's going to do it in March. But we'll make it happen, all right? So, dude, you're the best, man. All right, I'm gonna give it $100. We're gonna cost these up. These are the two This is how big time I am. Only 2 people entered the contest for $100. They had to go review it on iTunes. But the winner is, and let's see who it is. It's Taj Tech, the Nigerian motivational speaker. Taj Tech Media, 13-year-old boy. He won $100. So we're gonna Venmo it to him or figure out a way to get it to him. All right, hey Brad, thank you so much for your time, man. I hope this offered value to somebody.
I appreciate you having me, Jeff. You guys keep on rocking. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. When at the end of the day, dude, if you really want to freaking start crushing in life, dude, you ever seen that commercial that said, never let them see you sweat?
Yeah.
Dude, don't tell somebody you're nervous. Like if Grant Cardone's on here, and you're really nervous because again, Grant's your real hero. I'm just your secondary hero.
I don't think so, man.
Maybe if you got to know us both, trust me, I'd take first place. But that's irrelevant. The point being is, when you're on there with Grant Cardone, dude, don't think like that. Yeah. Grant Cardone is on there with you, brother.
Yeah, that's true, dude. You remind me. Part of the reason why you remind me a lot of my older brother who I lost. Just that same cool. I was always kind of the shy, nervous guy who got the girls. My brother was the cool one who just got all the girls. He married the Playboy model, did that. So I think that's part of the reason why I reach out to you. And it's kind of like tough because when I see what my older brother could have become and someone else doing it, it makes me think, man, I really got to do it. And I'm really going to do it, man. I'm going to build the biggest coffee shop music studio ever. I'm going to make $77 million. I'm going to open a Kokomo J's. I might have to buy out Starbucks and change them over, but I already sold my bed. I drive a car that I own a little 4-unit. Dude, I'm living on like nothing. You know what I mean? I'm sacrificing. It's not even sacrifice. It's what's the word? It's meant to be, man. It's my purpose. I'm living my purpose,
Not only that, bro, but you're doing the right thing. Like if I could do it over, I'd seek knowledge faster, which is what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'd invest money more wisely, which is what you're doing.
Yeah.
So again, dude, how old are you?
34.
Yeah, dude. 16 years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to go, damn, dude, I did it all right.
Yeah. It unfortunately had my brother dying to really wake me up and get me in there. All right. But dude, yeah, awesome, dude. Dude, you're awesome, man. What's your passion? What's your purpose in life? Doing this, right?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
No, because you always say you don't have it. And no, I don't even know my passion. I'm just doing it. I still don't even know. And I'm just like, really? Come on.
My passion is to fucking help people avoid tragedy, make money, expedite their journey, and live I don't know, man. I like fishing.
Yeah. Oh, you're like my boss Joe, who's a multi-millionaire. He loves fishing and has a boat.
I'm like your boss Joe, bro.
But that's cool, man. That's good.
See, you like these glasses?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I do. They're cool. Dude, my brother Jay would wear glasses like that, 100%. I couldn't rock it.
You sound like a good dude. Sounds like a good dude.
Dude, he was an awesome dude. He's the reason why I do that. I think that's why I get choked up a little bit talking to you here. I'm trying to charge in here.
All right, now watch. I'm going to give you a riddle real quick. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
What has 9-inch wings and hangs down?
I just want to say an angel.
A bat.
A bat. Yeah.
Now what has a 9-inch dick and hangs up?